Max Verstappen just revealed what he thinks about Lewis Hamilton's comeback. Max Verstappen said that Lewis Hamilton should stop crying. After rumors of Hamilton's supposed retirement, Max Verstappen mentioned that he saw no reasons why Lewis should retire from racing. And when asked if Hamilton should retire for him, he said there isn't any reason for the Mercedes driver to give up right now. Now that Hamilton's tentatively back, do you think their rivalry could bleed into the new season? Following that whirlwind ending to the final F1 race at Abu Dhabi in 2021, Lewis Hamilton took a break from social media, which fueled speculations that the driver could retire from racing. Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff also admitted at the time that himself and Hamilton were feeling disillusioned about the events of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, in which Verstappen grabbed the win and world title in controversial circumstances. Wolff gave no guarantees of Hamilton returning in 2022, though explained that he very much hopes that'll be the case once the dust has settled from the finale. Speaking before the FIA prize-giving gala where Wolff and Hamilton did not appear, Verstappen was asked how bad it would be for the sport if the seven-time world champion decided to leave. In response, the Dutchman urged his rival to think about the bigger picture. "Of course, I can understand that the first few days after a race like that, you're not happy," Verstappen told the media. "But you should also understand that this is racing at the end of the day, and these things can happen to you. I think he should just look back at what he has achieved already, and that should give him a lot of comfort, that drive to keep on going. He is still trying to challenge for that 8th title, and for sure he can do that again next year, so I don't see any reason why to give up or stop now." Max Verstappen further expressed he is adamant Lewis Hamilton will race next season after speculation he could walk away from Formula One after the controversial season finale in Abu Dhabi. However, Verstappen felt Hamilton would return once the dust had settled. "Normally, Lewis has to come back," Verstappen told Service TV. "Those words came to my mind after the race, but I think for him it was a normal emotional reaction, so I count on him coming back." Hamilton and Mercedes were left bitterly disappointed by the final few laps of the race after Verstappen crossed the line first following a contentious ending to the race. With just 5 laps remaining, Nicholas Latifi crashed in his Williams, bringing out the safety car. But the drama ensued after the FIA race director Michael Massey instructed the 5 lapped cars between leader Hamilton and Verstappen to unlap themselves, but didn't allow the entire field to do the same before getting racing back underway with essentially a 1-lap sprint to the end. Mercedes were left fuming as Verstappen swept past the 7-time world champion, who had led much of the race, in a last-lap dash to the checkered flag. Subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to stay tuned to the channel. It seems Verstappen is prepared to race Hamilton once again, despite expert analysis that it could take a toll on him. Hamilton's return naturally stresses that he is ready for the championship whatsoever. Verstappen believes the Brit's return shouldn't have any impact on his driving and commended on the fight he gave him last season. While Verstappen is ready to lock horns with Hamilton, the pressure will not only come from the Englishman. The new rules could also threaten Verstappen's title as the world champion, but Sergio Perez, who was instrumental in his championship win, particularly mentioned that the new rules will make Verstappen mega fast. Apart from Hamilton's return, Verstappen in 2022 will also have to deal with Sergio Perez's desire to become world champion. The Mexican driver, who had been driving for middle positions since 2011, joined Red Bull ahead of the 2021 season as a supporting actor to Verstappen's title chase, and he proved much crucial to warm all their hearts that Verstappen called Checo Perez a legend. On numerous occasions, including the Turkish Grand Prix and the season finale in Abu Dhabi, Perez played a support role for Verstappen in his title fight against Lewis Hamilton. He also says his experiences in 2021 have not taken his eyes off his ultimate goal of becoming champion. With Hamilton's return, Max Verstappen is ready to go again. He mentioned in a podcast that, "I had a peculiar challenge last season, and I hope the new season will prove more challenging. I know they were just rumors about his retirement because there's no reason for him to retire now. I believe he can still get his record-breaking title, and that doesn't mean I cannot get another." It was clear that Hamilton was devastated by his loss in Abu Dhabi. The Briton disappeared shortly after the race and didn't let on for weeks. In conversation with The Guardian, they suggested that Verstappen would have been devastated if he had suffered Hamilton's fate. The Dutchman finds it difficult to put himself in his rival's shoes, as the Mercedes driver has many more titles to his name. Verstappen said he didn't find the situation very painful. He said, "If I was already a 7-time world champion, it hurts a bit less than when I'm fighting for my first, leading all the way, controlling it all the way, and then losing it on the last lap. That would be way more painful than already having 7 in the bag." If Hamilton had taken the title in Abu Dhabi, he would have won an historic 8th title, surpassing Michael Schumacher's record. "Just look back on the 7 you have. I don't think it's so bad, is it?" Max Verstappen has added fuel to this intense rivalry with Hamilton by describing Mercedes as disrespectful. He said, "It's disrespectful what happened there, but we looked at what we could have done better. Once we came back from the break as a team, we really did a good job because we won races in the second half of the season we shouldn't have won." The intense rivalry that could have ceased after the Abu Dhabi race was turned around when FIA race director Massey initially instructed that lapped cars could not overtake the safety vehicle until it left the track, meaning there would not have been time for Verstappen to get behind his rival. Massey later controversially changed his mind, allowing the cars between Hamilton and Verstappen to unlap themselves before ordering the safety car off the track. Therefore, the Dutchman got on the British driver's tail before overtaking him in a one-lap shootout, benefiting from driving on far newer tyres. Despite the controversy, Verstappen believes he is a deserving champion. The 24-year-old said, "I had a very good season and I think I really deserved it. I've been really unlucky as well. People always remember the last race, but if you look at the whole season, the championship should have been decided way earlier." He also had little sympathy for Hamilton, who was denied a record 8th world title through no fault of his own, and claimed it could only be described as racing. "These things happen." He continued, "Yeah, but just look back on the 7 you have. I don't think it's so bad, is it?" In light of Hamilton's return to social media and the news he will appear at Mercedes' 2022 car launch next week, the pair look set to rekindle their epic rivalry on the track next season. Also, Mercedes are determined to make Max Verstappen eat his words. In an interview with Car Next, Verstappen took a thinly veiled dig at the achievements of Lewis Hamilton, who has won 6 titles with the Silver Arrows. He said, "You need a bit of luck to fight for 7 or 8 titles. You need a very dominant team as well to do that so that you don't always have that luck or you're not in that era." In light of the champion's comments, Mercedes technical director James Allison says the Silver Arrows are determined to prove their dominance has not been lucky. He replied to the Formula One world champion, "It's not unique to Mercedes to be excited about the regulation set, but it is something I can speak of with personal experience that we do love it when new regulations come along. We see every single regulation change as an opportunity to pit our wits against them and see whether we deserve to be competitive against them, to see whether or not we can show afresh that we've understood the physics behind the car. We've just tried to translate that into designs and concepts, realizing in manufacturing, and then delivering to the track in a way that allows us to be competitive once more." The 2022 season will be exciting, but who do you think could come out on top? Like and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.